Hola primas, today you're going to be getting to know the president of the world, queen of everything, supreme leader. We are doing a juicy Q&A, getting the real tea. The questions are coming directly from my IG. I have them right here. Follow me on IG if you don't. Fake ho. I figured we could get ready together and answer some of these questions because I feel like you don't know me very well and I would love to grow our connection. And I want you to join my cult at the end. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing light makeup today. I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. My skin is going through it lately and I can't. And I just dyed my eyebrows and I look kind of crazy. I'm aware, but okay. Our first question comes from Avery and she says, are you gay or are you single? Drum roll please. I'm not single. And I don't believe in labels. Our next question comes from Trinkets. They say, what's your opinion on Ash Trevino? Ash Trevino should be locked up. Boom. Her kids need to be placed with someone that is responsible and loving and caring. I feel bad for her kids, and that is all I'm gonna say. I'm not trying to comment or be like drama chisme, but for real, I feel bad for those kids. Okay, let's do a more serious question. This comes from, there's no name. It says, what inspired you to start posting on social media? Okay, that's a good question. Number one, I had a mental breakdown. It's really hard for me to talk about. Okay, no. But what actually made me start posting on social media is, well, I've loved and consumed beauty content since I can remember. I remember with my first iPod Touch with no camera. Yes, I'm old, I'm prehistoric. I had an iPod Touch with no camera. Thank you. When YouTube was like a built-in app, I would watch beauty videos on YouTube, and this was at the very beginning. I'm talking Michelle Phan, Mac Barbie 07. I have been on YouTube since I can remember watching beauty videos, especially Michelle Phan. I think for sure she was the very first creator I saw do beauty tutorials and stuff like that. But yeah, from the moment I saw the very first little makeup tutorial, I felt so safe, I felt happy, I felt inspired, and I never had an older sibling or a tight-knit group of cousins or anything to teach me about beauty and makeup. So everything I learned was from these kind of older sister figures that I would find online, like Michelle Phan. I adore her. I credit everything to that woman. I get emotional thinking about her because honestly, I never had a lot of friends growing up, but coming home and turning on a Michelle Phan video felt like the most comfortable, relaxing thing in the world to do. It was kind of like the friend I didn't have because, like I said, growing up, I really didn't have a lot of friends. I moved around a lot, so my very, very best friend lived kind of far from me and I didn't go to school with her, so I didn't go to school with really anyone that I knew. So as soon as I was given access to the internet, I was on YouTube. That's where I was. And from that moment, I knew I want to do that. I want to do that so bad. I wanted to create videos. I thought about it constantly, genuinely constantly. And I remember one year I got a little digital camera for Christmas and I was so excited. I had it in my head that I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I didn't even know how to do that, by the way. And I didn't understand the concept of editing because I was so young that to me, when a video cut from like one clip to the next, that was like magic to me. I was like, how do they do that? So I would literally take my camera and film something and then I would cover my hand over the screen, and that to me was like my edit. Which obviously makes no sense, but to my little kid brain that was the most fun thing ever and I loved it. And I guess what eventually led me to actually post my first video, which was on TikTok. I was kind of kidding, but not really. I did kind of have a mental breakdown. This was only like 2 years ago, maybe. I don't know when I officially really started, but it can't be more than 2-3 years ago that I started any of this. I was in a low place. I already felt like really existential and like the world could end. What's the point? Am I even real? So I just started posting because, girl, no one's gonna stop me. And I'm so glad I did, and I'm so glad I did. It's the best thing I've ever done. You may know this about me, but I do post beauty content online, obviously, but I also am in college, so let's get into some questions about that. Here, Celeste is asking, why did I choose engineering as my major? All right, this is a hefty one, y'all. Strap in. You're gonna get some more of my lore. So growing up, my dream was to be a doctor, a pediatrician. That was my all-time goal in this life, to be a family doctor. That's what I wanted. And then 2020 happened. I almost died. In the time frame of me in college, everything kind of went online because of the pandemic. In that time frame, I got kind of sick. I wasn't doing well and I really was disillusioned in the healthcare system, and I was like, F this SHIT, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be in school forever. And if you don't know, if you're going to go to med school to become a doctor, it's a long process, like 8 to 12 years depending on what you're going to do until you can even start kind of for real being a doctor. And I just realized that, you know what, I actually kind of hate this. I hate school. And I needed to find a major that was going to let me live, let me work, and not have to be in school forever. And then I went into another crisis. I did not know what to do. Yeah. Which is kind of like an error, because I feel like most engineers do this because it's like their passion. They love to take stuff apart and fix clocks and stuff, and girl, I don't care. I do not care. I don't like technology. I'll admit it. So in reality, I don't want to disillusion anyone, but I chose my major because I didn't know what else to do. I just chose it. Like, you know what? That sounds good. Choose that one. That was the worst mistake of my life, honestly. Do not do that. But honestly, yeah, I just chose it because I have family members that are engineers, so it felt somewhat familiar. Is my makeup peeling right now? Oh my god, I think it's peeling, y'all. Long story short, I didn't know what to do, so I chose engineering. Next question we have from Namira, I think. She says, as a first year engineering student, what are some tips you have to help a girl out? Now, okay, I'm hesitant to talk about school things ever because I feel like I don't have authority in it. I'm not the best at it. I'm not the best student. And I know some people like are academic weapons and whatnot, and they're so good at everything. That is not me. I'm not gifted in anything ever. So my number one tip that has always helped me throughout school is to genuinely put in the work, which is so basic and simple and annoying to say, but like people always used to ask me like, oh my god, how do you do this, or how do you like get good grades? And it wasn't because I was some genius blessed by God himself, like better than everyone. No, girl, I would go home and I would spend hours actually studying, teaching myself things, looking for outside help, getting a tutor, going to after school help, going to the professors for help, scheduling sessions with the professors, going to office hours, like genuinely dedicating myself and, you know, realizing, okay, I'm gonna need to put in more work and do it and follow through and do it for yourself and for your benefit. So like I said, when I changed my major and I had to take physics, I went from nothing to college level physics. That was hard for me because I knew nothing. Did I say I knew nothing? I was struggling so hard. I felt so behind. I was doubting everything, but I went to my freaking boring, he's actually really nice, shout out. I made myself known, you know, like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, girl. I went to my professor's office hours daily or like weekly, very often when he would hold them, and I would bring my questions. I would bring questions and make it known like, hey, I want to learn. I'm trying to learn. Help me out. And was he the best teacher? No. He talked to me like I was freaking Sir Isaac Newton himself. Like, duh, don't you understand this? Estúpida. Get it through your head. And I didn't love that, but I was still trying my best and, you know, making it known. And at the end of the semester, I passed on my own, thank you, but he even boosted my grade. He did it himself because like I had been trying so hard the whole semester, because he said like, oh, if you have like a trend of increasing grades throughout the year, I'll reconsider your grades, and I did. So he helped me out. Anyway, my biggest tip then is just don't be ashamed to ask for help. Look for outside help. If you're in college, a lot of times they have free resources. Like all the tutoring that I would go to was for free, offered by the school. If you can, you know, try to find outside tutoring help if you need more supplementary help. I even did that too. First, for physics too, I had to get outside help. I had to get tutors outside because it got even more hard. Shocker. Once again, if you're in college and you're struggling, reach out to those there for you, because faculty is there for you and their purpose is to help you. So if you're stuck, ask for help and work on building a game plan from there, because they will help you. Now, why do you love the NYX Cold Lip Liner so much? Is there some origin linked to it? Here's a little bit more about me. I'm a minimalist. I don't like a lot of things, okay? Because it stresses me out and I don't like it. You know, before I started TikTok, my makeup collection was like 5 products: a concealer, a bronzer, a blush, yeah, yasta. And then I wanted a lip liner. I was like, you know what? I want a lip liner. And I went on a little mission to try to find the perfect lip liner for me, and I had an idea of what I wanted. I had some other ones at my house, but I wanted the perfect one. That was always my thing. Like, I just want one and I want it to be perfect. And eventually I landed on NYX Cold Brew years and years ago, and girl, I loved that thing, and it was the only one I had, and I used it every single day, and I wore it everywhere. I wore it with everything, and it was my favorite. So also, I think I have mental issues. I have mental issues, severe mental issues, where I don't like change. So you're gonna take my favorite lip liner from me and change it, and now I don't have access to it anymore? That causes me stress, y'all. So that's why I love it so much, because it was my perfect lip liner. Duh. Next question. Sophia says, how to get over a short man. Oh no! God. Seek God. I'm not being sarcastic. Next question. She says, how did you become the president of the world and queen of everything? Amorcito, I did not become anything. I was born this way. This is divine. This is God-given. If you have it or you don't. And I do. Next question from Alexandra says, what do you like to do in your free time apart from makeup? Okay, lovely question. I love all kinds of art. I play the piano and I haven't played in a long time. I actually want to get back into that this year for sure. I love art and music. I always have. Film and like editing and actual cool edits, not just like making my little TikToks, which maybe one day I'll get back into that, more like involved concepts and stuff, because it's really cool to me. What else? Cooking. I love cooking. I feel like I'm not looking at the camera, y'all. Do I have autism? I love being outside. I'm a huge outdoors girl, as long as there's no bugs involved. That's one of my biggest fears, bugs. Okay, here is a good one. 333 Kiara says, should I go after this guy with no context? Your answer is my fate. Well, no context, girl. You know me, I need context. So with that, going off my gut, no. You should not go after that man, because if he's like your person in life, he will find you. He should go no, you should not go after him. He should go after you. What the F? Oh my god. Let me stand up for myself. No. Do not go after no one. If he hasn't gone after you already, that's the red flag. Like, why are you not obsessed with me? Burn. I got this one multiple times. Can you and Drew come back? We're coming back. We're coming back. Okay, here's like a kind of serious one, and then we'll get into like more juicy ones, okay? Sunbum says, how did you choose to study engineering? You are so smart and so hardworking. Thank you. You give me too much credit, my love. I chose this question because I really want to give this one piece of advice that I wish I would have taken myself. No matter where you are in this life, if you're in high school and you graduate and you have the means to take a gap year, okay? And I'm not saying go backpacking through Europe and be fancy and rich. No, like get a job if you have to. If you're still living at home, hopefully your parents let you live at home, like you get a job and dedicate yourself to a year to really think about, okay, what do I want to do? Even if you think you know, I would still take this advice because I thought I knew and I didn't. I would take that year or half a year, whatever, and look at options, take courses, maybe join an internship, research, shadow people, really look into what you're studying, because number one, it can be a waste of time or money. And I'm not saying like you have to choose the major that's gonna pay you $1 billion, but there are some majors that is just not logical in this life, honey. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like French women Riviera studies, like something really niche. Maybe don't do that, because maybe it's your passion, but you're never gonna find a job with that. But do research the finances and the salary and the work-life balance. Really think about these things. And sometimes colleges even offer like career counselors. Talk to them honestly, because it's important, and you don't want to waste time and money in college, because girl, it's too expensive these days. If you had $500,000, what would you do with that money? Invest it, get a financial advisor, and invest that money right now. I really want to learn more about investing. That's one of the things I also want to learn this year, because that's what rich people do. And if I can find a way to make my money make money, yeah, I'm gonna do it. This question, bro, kind of ruined my day. She said, where do you shop as a big-chested girl? Didn't have to tell the whole class. I have stuff here. Double, triple D's, bruh. Hate it. And to that question, I open it up to the audience. Where, if you have a bigger chest, where do you shop? Because I do not have the answer for that. I have hated this situation that I have here my whole life. I have plans to get a reduction as soon as possible. I've never liked it. I'm uncomfortable. It's painful. And I can never find clothes. And it's ruined so many things in my life. Going shopping is the worst thing ever. If you have big boobs, bro, it's traumatic. Like, traumatic. Thoughts on mixing gold and silver jewelry? Honestly, I like it. I think it's cute. Do what you want, of course. I like it. I think if I had specific pieces that I loved, I would mix them. But I don't have anything silver that I really love in particular, so I don't. But I do like it. I think it's cute. Who is my dream blunt rotation? Corinna Rose from TikTok. She's my favorite recently. Troye Sivan, one of my boyfriends. Duh. Chapo Guzman. Duh. I feel like we'd have a lot to talk about. Do you have a story time of that? I have a story time about this thick for you, but I'm not there in my life right now where I'm comfortable to talk about it. Girl, that kind of like sent me in a downward spiral of my life, and I'm trying to be better and normal, and I definitely think one day we'll be able to talk about it. Just today is not that day. Next question. Favorite concert I've ever been to? Bad Bunny in Un Verano Sin Ti tour, Miami, Florida. Oh my gosh, that was like one of my dreams The way I actually got to go to that concert was so fun. De casualidad estaba en Miami cuando iba a llegar el Benito. He was gonna have 2 shows. And I think I went to the Friday night tour or the Friday night show. Oh my god, I was like dreaming of getting tickets. And they were so expensive and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting to see if they would go down. And that mother effer only raised the prices. Literally, like, that's why I don't like men. And I think I went on a Friday and that was the night that he brought out like other people. I was like so gone. I don't even remember who it was, but was it Mike Tower? No, I don't know who it was. I'm a fake fan right now, but he brought out other artists that I'd also been a huge fan of and I was like living my best life. Bad Bunny is one of my favorite artists ever. I should have answered this question a long time ago, but I didn't. I forgot to. What part of Mexico are you from? Okay, that's a little complicated question. So I'm from the north of Mexico, so like think Monterrey and up. That's where my kind of more immediate family is right now. But technically my family is from Guadalajara, which is southern. It's a city in Jalisco. So technically my family is from Jalisco and Ciudad de Mexico. That's where my origins really are from. I had no idea, really. Technically, I really am from Mexico City because a lot of my family's from there. I mean, I did know, obviously, but I just thought they lived there. Like, my great-grandma literally hid it from us. Like, she never mentioned it. She would keep it secret. Wouldn't even talk to my mom about it. The fact that she was born in Mexico City. Like, our whole family's from there. I'm like, girl, what? I thought they moved there. No, they've been there. So my great-grandma was the one that moved north with her man. And she didn't want to talk about it because she was poor. She was poor in Mexico City. Girl, we're still poor. Ain't nothing changed. Yeah, my like more immediate family is in Monterrey. And then my other family, like my great aunts and other cousins and aunts that I rarely see, but I do like seeing them. They're in Mexico City. What's a makeup brand that you hate that everyone loves? Okay, now we're really getting into the tea here. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a hater. Like I'm a former hater. I used to be really hateful, like have a lot of hate in my heart. But I'm trying to turn a new leaf and be nicer and not judging and not negative all the time. I don't hate anything. That's the answer. I don't hate anything. I don't hate anything. But there are things I dislike and I don't understand. One of the brands I don't really understand is Refi Beauty. I'm sorry if you love that brand. I don't get it. I actually have one of their products and I like it. It's their like blurring lipstick. Maybe I'll use that today. But a lot of the stuff just looks a bit gimmicky to me. Although I do want to try their lip gloss. It looks nice. Yeah, that's one brand I can think of off the top of my head. In general though, I'm not the biggest fan of celebrity brands. It just seems really not genuine. But I will say most of the ones that I have tried I do like. Like I love me some Fenty. I love some of the Rare Beauty stuff. House Labs has some great products. Yeah, so I'm trying not to be a hater, but you know, let me just stop talking before I do start hating. It's like compulsive. Okay, next question is, do you get your nails done? No, I hate spending money and I hate spending an hour at the nail salon to be disappointed every single time, even though I ask for something basic like a French tip and they can't even do it. So no, I don't get my nails done. I do them myself. Who are your hear me outs? Hear me outs like physically or like the people like hear me out and then they say a guy. Okay, I do have one. Hear me out. Oh, wait, I wrote it down. I wrote it down in my notes app, I swear, because it was like a pivotal moment for me. I was like, this is gold right here. It's my random thoughts important list. Oh my god, hear me out. Here it is. Yo, don't judge me, for real, okay. It might not be crazy, but to me, I was like, damn, okay. Hear me out, hear me out. Jeremy Fragrance. Oh, I saw a video of him from when he was younger. I was like, dumb. But our last question for the real ones, I wanted to save it for the end because it might be kind of heavy. It just says very simply and very kindly, how are you really? To explain that question, it's like, damn. Let me not start crying right now, y'all. Okay, so just in general, you know me, I'm a college student. I didn't even tell you how old I am, y'all. I don't want to tell you how old I am. I don't. I'm gonna tell you how old I am, but you're gonna need to forget it when I tell you, okay? I'm 22. Is that a lie? You'll never know. So, you know, I'm in college, I'm working, I'm doing social media, I'm having an amazing like time with you guys. I'm so grateful to have this community of you guys, but I'm the worst I've ever been. Like my life is fine, but my health is horrible. My health has never been worse. It's gotten scary. I have to get this ultrasound done. I have this like fear looming over my head. There's like stuff going on. I have Hashimoto's disease, which is like a chronic autoimmune condition with your thyroid, which causes like a bunch of stuff. One of the main things is just like fatigue and brain fog and feeling like you're crazy, and there's really no remedy for it besides like trying your best to make it better. And it's just been this uphill battle of getting worse and worse every year, and I have never been worse. Like I said, I had a doctor's appointment recently where I I had to get an ultrasound because there's something suspicious on my thyroid. I don't want to get into it too much because it is pretty frightening to me. I have to keep an eye on it and be careful because you never know what that could be. When I went to the doctor and they were like, oh, what's that? Immediately I was thinking like, this is the end. I have the C word. This is it. But so far it's not. Or so they think. Overall, my health has never been worse. And when your health is not good, it affects your mental health. So they kind of go hand in hand to me. And I also have, you know, other kind of autoimmune conditions that affect my life that, you know, we don't have to get into all the details, but they just affect my daily life. They cause inflammation, pain, and it's these things that you can't put your finger on. You can't see like, oh, she's in pain. Oh, she's actually going through it. It's a bit overlooked because the symptoms seem not that severe, right? It's like, oh, so for example, with my chronic thyroid condition, like, oh, you're fatigued, you're brain fog, you're tired, oh, you're cold all the time, oh, your hair is falling out. Just put on a hoodie and drink some coffee and get over it. Like, no. This is not like I'm a little tired. This is exhaustion that you will never understand until you go through it. And when you live day in, day out, chronically tired, chronically in pain. I also have TMJ, severe TMJ, which causes in hand debilitating migraines. When it's one of those things or all three combined, it's just this perfect storm of feeling horrible all the time. And when you've lived your life this way for so long, you feel like you're an old woman that can't function in society. It is debilitating to do the most basic tasks, like washing my face. Like, washing my face should not be this hard. Getting changed in the morning should not be this hard. And I know that because I lived a life where it wasn't that hard, you know? So I'm angry at life where, like, why can't I get my life back? Why can't I be the person I was? To put it lightly, you know, these conditions that I have, like, I don't want to talk about the other ones because it's like causes a lot of anxiety for me, and I have like literally I think medical issues with, like, I'm terrified of the doctor and like medical OCD, stuff like that, so I don't even want to get into the other kind of stuff that goes on with me. But a lot of the times Hashimoto's and thyroid conditions are literally misdiagnosed as bipolar. You take an antidepressant and feel better, but it's not that simple. You know, people feel like they're going crazy. They feel like, oh, why can't I just feel normal? And it just affects every part of your life. The ability to think clearly and feel awake and aware and not be in pain is such a thing that is taken for granted that it's kind of hard for you to even fathom if you haven't gone through it, you know? And I've touched on this topic before on my channel where I kind of told you guys that I was struggling on a whole. And since then, it's just gotten worse. And it's hard when I'm living life and I get these cool opportunities and I get to do things and I feel like, what if I can't do them? What if I can't keep up? Like, I feel like I'm becoming more and more isolated as the years go on, and it's not healthy. Like, for example, with my migraines, they get so bad where I'm scared to be alone. I'm scared to fly alone because if I get migraines, I like feel like I black out. I'm scared to throw up everywhere. It's like debilitating to have all these things on top of each other. It's a lot sometimes, and it could always be worse, and I'm very aware, but I'm just letting y'all know that I'm kind of starting this journey in my life where I need to start over. I need to fix these issues in my body, and I need to prioritize my health. Maybe we can go on some of those journeys together because they are a bit overwhelming. Yeah, so just if you're out there and you're also struggling with your health and you're young, even if you're not, you know, just know you're not the only one. It can feel a bit isolating when you're younger and you feel like I should be able to keep up. I should be able to do these things, but I can't. So yeah, just know that you're not the only one. Although it's hard, we can help each other out and try to better ourselves. And even if you don't have like an actual condition and you just are going through it and your mental health is not good, we can still go on that journey together on like bettering ourselves, because my mental health has been getting worse and worse. You know, I hit a wall this year where I kind of was scared. I was scared that I was going crazy. I was scared that this was it. I was scared that nothing would ever get better, but I'm trying not to let myself get into that hole. In general, I apologize for my absence here on YouTube, but every free moment I've had to go get blood tests and blood work and labs and x-rays and ultrasounds and all these things, and I have felt really weighed down and overwhelmed and anxious. Like I said, I really struggle with medical issues, and the fact that just that alone causes me so much anxiety, which I think is karma, because low-key I used to judge people with anxiety. I was like, anxiety, what is that? Girl, I know what that is now. And I'm sorry. Shout out to people with anxiety. I feel bad for you. Yeah, check up on your people in your life if you have, if you know that they're like chronically ill and stuff like that, because they could use the extra attention. I'm blessed to have, you know, the ability to try to find treatments and stuff like that, but, you know, always check up on people. Let me know how you're doing in the comments, you know, of course. I never want any of us to feel isolated or alone in our struggles. It's also not something I've wanted to talk about on TikTok because it feels so depressing, and like I also hit a wall with TikTok too where I was like, I don't even want to film, like I don't want to do anything because it just, all I wanted to do is open the camera and cry and like tell y'all I'm actually going through the worst period of my life and I don't know how to get out of this. But like that's not very like, I don't want to burden people, I don't want to bring the vibe down, you know. But yeah, that's where I've been, but I've been trying to get better and I definitely need to start getting better because how am I going to rule the universe if I don't feel well, you know? One more question before we go that I forgot to address was my favorite records, my favorite artists, music artists, because this is such a topic near and dear to my heart. I love music of all kinds and I am that hoe that listens to everything. I really do listen to everything. My favorite genres probably are like rock, alternative, and reggaeton, and trap, and trash music. Ew! But I love everything, especially my favorite genres are anything like 60s to 90s. That's like my sweet spot. Real quick, some of my favorite artists off the top of my head that I can think of, maybe things that are more modern that you would know. The Strokes are one of my all-time favorite bands. They're just like comforting and nostalgic to me. Also, I literally can't even think of the record, but the one that artist did with like the bird and the paint splatters, that's one of my favorite records of all time. Like I have like a list of no skip records. Every song is amazing and I love it. That's one of my no skip records. I love the Strokes and I love Julian Casablanca. Hey, I DM him every week and he never responds. This one band that I've loved for ages since I first found them, Divino Niño, I think is what they're called, Divino Niño. Their last, I think, recent 2 records were also some of my no skip records where there are amazing songs. I love them. Their most recent-ish record combines a lot of genres like weird alternative, psychedelic, reggaeton, electronic. It was so weird and I just loved it. I love like old Mexican regional music, Spanish rock, cualquier grupo de los, como les dije, 60s a 90s. Esos me encanta. It's like my sweet spot. Caifanes, Enanitos Verdes, anything that like your mom listens to, I probably love it. And in any language too. I listen to every language. Recently I've really been into like Arab, 90s and 2000s Arab pop music. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. The Marias, I knew the Marias before any of you. Their first record, what was it? Something Super Clean or something, volume 1, volume 2. I told you I can't remember names, but one of my favorite songs off of there is Over the Moon, ABQ, Déjate Llevar. Those are some of my favorite songs from them. Oh yeah, this one band, it's a Spanish band. It's really random and maybe not for everyone. I don't think y'all will like it. Aquí los encontré. Cupido. I think it's Cupid in English. It's a Spanish band with Bien Flaco, which I think is like a rapper, so he's not like a singer, but it's like a weird vibe. I have not listened to their most recent record, but the album Préstame un Sentimiento by Cupido, that is another one of like my no skip albums. I listen to it all the time. It is a bit weird, I'm gonna tell you, okay? It's not like super palatable, I think. I don't know why, it's like such a comforting album to me and I love the lyrics like when you listen to it, especially Telepatia. And again, the main singer is like not a singer, he's like a rapper, so keep that in mind. But I don't know why, I've just loved them. I've loved them since the beginning, like Viva España. Again, I want to defend them with my life because I love them. I love art, like I love things that are multi-dimensional pieces of meaningful art. Like this record, like the lyrics are so good, the lyrics are meaningful, the music is like weird and kind of entertaining, but again, it's like an auto-tune rapper vibe, but it's also good. That's just the vibe. Like when Charlie uses auto-tune and does coke on camera, everyone's like gagged, but when a short white Spaniard does it, now it's not right, and he did it before. I love all the greats too, obviously. Gaga, Charlie, Rosalia, obvio. I love Rosalia. She's literally my sister. Arca, I love Arca. I love experimental, weird, electronic music. I love house music. I love like deep, weird, electronic Berlin club music. I listen to it all, girl. I really do. We are running out of light and battery on here. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I couldn't get to every single question, but let me know. Of course, leave any more questions. We'll do this kind of video more often if you guys want to get to know each other better, because this is just the tip of the iceberg, girl. I got lots of lore, Bueno, thank you so much for supporting me, and make sure to follow me on TikTok. We are almost to 1 million primas, which is literally crazy. Thank you. Las agradezco, las amo. I'm always here for y'all. Thank you for watching, and more Spanish videos coming soon. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or your boyfriend